it's interesting because my perspective, the way that she shows it to me, is kind of like the lineage, like the legacy, what you have done to honor her. Because she's telling me to tell you it's important to keep her soul and spirit alive, and she wants to honor you for like being here, like for doing this. So I don't know what your... Okay.
Man, we need tissues.
Okay.
That should hit real.
What's good, mi gente? I'm Sasha Merci.
He's just a poet in the building. I already know what's up.
And Erik Rivera here.
Okay, so welcome back to 3Gs in the Pod, and today we're going to be talking about the supernatural and beyond. Y'all believe in that?
Oh, my God.
Y'all believe in it? I believe in it a little bit, yeah.
I'm so scared right now. This is the scariest looking. I'm already like trying to control myself. Eric, what your Fruity Loop ass laughing about? It's scary, dude. You don't take it serious.
I just love how serious you both got. Even in the intro, it used to be, "Hey, I'm Sasha Merci." And we the beyond.
yeah.
He's just over there.
Yeah. Hey, dude,
Man,
I didn't
I can't
do
wait
that.
for one of your ancestors to like really...
Yeah, that's our first special guest right here. Hey, what's up, great
Hey,
grandma?
don't you respect him, dude?
What's going on? Hey,
Nah,
how you
for
been?
real. So, but real quick, did your parents ever think about any of the stuff before?
No, they Christians, they're good Christians, and they loving parents. They didn't feed my mind with any of this junk.
Man, me too. I don't know if I'm a believer. The reason why I'm a little bit of a believer, skeptical.
Skeptical.
I went for it too. Damn, I went in there with confidence.
That's
Skeptical.
a Jesus word right there.
Skeptical.
Skeptical.
Skeptical. The reason why is because I blame it, and I blame it on my tias when I go to Mexico. Because, you ever been a kid and you just walk into their conversations, they're like, fíjate que la Carmen en la esquina vio un fantasma. And I'm just like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Like, so a part of me does believe in stuff like that because of them.
See, this is why I don't believe, because every time we hear of people like, I saw this, like even my wife's family, they live in Maryland. There's like an old museum of the Civil War. And they're like, we see Civil War soldiers. How come there's no new ghosts? How come there's no Becky with like Lululemon pants in the Starbucks? Like, I died 10 years ago. How come there's not that
she's
ghost?
Gonna get smashed.
It's always some old timey.
Piggy's gonna get smashed. I'll tell you
Back
that
in
right
the
now.
day, like it's never a new ghost. People die every day. How come there's no new ghosts?
I got you.
How come it's old
That
ghosts
you
all the time?
know of.
Yeah.
We've never
That you
seen,
know
or
that.
we've never seen reports of it. It's always old timey. They died on the Titanic, man. Like, how come there's no?
Well, maybe because maybe in the afterlife.
I died in the '90s. Here I am with my starter jacket.
Maybe in the afterlife, there's like there's famous people too. Famous ghosts.
Right,
You know what I mean?
that's another thing. Maybe all of their spirits are still stuck in the hospital. Who knows?
In the spirit hospital.
In the spirit
What
hospital.
is wrong with y'all? I
It's not,
can't.
I'm just giving you, trying to be
cannot.
logical,
Or
trying
maybe
to
some ghosts.
logicalize.
Or
what
maybe
the heck
some
are we-
ghosts are like, yo, I just want to live my dead life. I want to. I ain't got
don't
time to
wanna-
play with
yeah,
y'all
right, exactly.
humans right now.
Yeah.
You don't think
I've been there, done that.
All right, so
Y'all
you think
ain't-
it's
y'all
somebody,
old news.
You think if there's like a '90s ghost, he don't want to come back like, yo, they got self-driving cars. Check this out. It's always some Civil War-y,
Well, maybe
old-timey kid.
maybe he's like, I'd rather kick it with these dinosaurs, dog. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I already, I forget about the
Right.
future. I like to kick it with, maybe they're kicking it with Tupac. And like, I'd rather party with Tupac. Got time to scare you.
Come on, man. So you don't think there'd be newer type ghosts?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. And I hate everything you're saying.
Because it makes sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It
It's
does
like,
make sense.
You just sound like a guy who's like forcing your thought to.
Hey, that's what I'm.
Like, you're forcing yourself to believe.
It
You
feels
both
so
forcing
odd.
me. You're both teaming up on me,
I
trying like,
don't.
there's
I'm not
ghosts,
trying to
believe in
force you to
ghosts.
believe anything. It's just like
I don't give a
you
damn if you
don't
believe.
You don't believe like the supernatural is part of the human experience. There's nothing ever happened to you where you're like, that's kind of weird.
No.
You never like walked out of the room, and then you just felt like a breeze.
Bro, you need new
Touch your butt
windows. You
cheeks.
need new windows. That's it. That's what it means.
Fruity ass. Yeah, I did feel something in my butt cheeks.
Stop trying to blame ghosts.
Yeah.
It was a ghost, man. It was a ghost. Come on.
I don't know, dude. You've never had any like experiences that you were like, this is kind of freaky. This is weird.
Now we got insulation in my house and new windows, so there's no breeze.
right.
We fixed the electrical wiring, so there's no flickering.
I got you.
How often do you pray?
Pray for what?
Look at that.
Oh my God, that's
This
the thing.
man, this man.
Usted no cree en Dios.
Yeah, like ¿qué es lo que está pasando?
What kind of
aquí?
intervention is this right now?
No, I'm not. I'm just like very
Y'all
curious.
sound like my
Look,
mother right
all
now.
I'm just
you
gonna
don't
say
go to
this.
church. Like, no, I
I'm
don't.
gonna say this right here. I didn't believe in ghosts for a long time.
Here we go.
Until I had a ghost experience.
Ah,
That's
here
how it
we
happened.
go.
What happened?
All of us. Don't start
No,
clapping.
I'm serious. So I was sleeping over at one of my friend's house,
He was
and it was in
fine.
Georgia. Why you have to add that in there?
Was it a man ghost?
It don't matter. I don't know if it was a man. I don't know if it was a man ghost. All I know is I was sleeping over my friend's
He was
house.
touching my body.
no.
It was so weird.
It sounded like he was fine. That's what it sounded like to me.
I didn't see him. So
That's what it sounded like to me.
me and my friend got into an argument, and I slept in the spare room. And when I was sleeping in the spare room, I just heard the voice of my friend being like, Sasha, Sasha,
Oh, God.
Sasha. And I'm like, I thought I won the argument. I was like, yo, I won the argument. So I was like, he's like, Sasha. And then I just felt like a pressure, like somebody laying on me, like putting their whole entire body on me. And I'm like, yo, get the fuck off me. And I went like this and I looked, there was nobody there.
Yo, you got
Absolutely
dry humped by a ghost.
nobody there. Nobody
Yo,
there.
a ghost.
Yeah,
And no,
you
and
got
then
a Jeffrey Dahmer ghost, girl?
No, but they just laid on me like no, they did
All
not
of a
dump
sudden-
me.
Hold up. Time out.
me, ghost.
Yo, Sasha,
Why
shut
we gotta
your
talk
ass.
about? Why we gotta talk about sex all the
Sasha,
time? Listen,
Shut your ass up. Ghosts want to fuck me. I don't know what it is. Shut your ass up.
I be bagging ghosts. I
do.
can bag
if y'all
real
let me
men.
finish
I
the
can bag
damn
ghosts.
story,
It's crazy,
y'all.
y'all.
It has nothing to do with sex. The ghost
Laid
put
on you.
Yeah, he laid on, or they laid on me.
Yo, I be
'Cause,
bagging it.
whatever. I don't know. They laid on me.
He laid
They-
on you.
And
She trying to
then
use
I
pronouns
was just
now?
like
You got a
very,
ghost gangbang?
I don't know. And then I remember the next morning I was talking to my friend because the whole family was like living there, whatever. And I was like, yo, I had this experience. And they're like, yeah, and that's why nobody sleeps in that room. We all had an experience.
So they just got a spare room that no one
Everybody
touches.
in that family had an experience with that room.
So
Yeah.
they just no one goes into that room. It's just a spare
Nobody.
room.
And yeah.
So you got touched by a pervert ghost.
Yeah, probably.
Damn.
Okay. You did get me on this, and I'm going to say something right now. Okay? And I need you to change your face.
Okay.
And I need you to be more open-minded.
I know.
I'm
You
listening.
did get me when you said one thing, and this happened to me one night.
Oh boy.
Can I?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
One night, I remember I was sleeping, and I got
It sounds very similar to my story, but go
I
ahead.
swear to God, something flipped me. Hold on now. Let me say, can I finish my shit? Man, this is what I want to say. Can I share?
All right.
No, I was sleeping. I was having a great dream, and I heard. No, I'm being serious. I'm laughing because you guys think I'm going to say some wild shit, and it's not going to be wild.
Dude, it sounds
I
like
heard what I heard. I heard somebody
right
say.
now, it just sounds like you had a wet dream.
And hold on, I was living on my own, and I lay, and I was like, and then I just heard, hey, like that, like loud, hey, and I went, and it was like 3 a.m, and I remember going like, the fuck was that? I could have sworn it was somebody in my room, in my ear, going like, hey.
Where were you living at the time?
I was living with Jergers, yeah, right here in South Central.
Okay, you live in a bad neighborhood. Your room, was it near an alley?
Yeah, dude,
Okay.
I thought about
so
that.
was somebody walking by, maybe, hey.
I thought about that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I thought about
Why
that.
would somebody
but-
just randomly in the middle of the night go, hey?
Because when you live in a nice neighborhood, nobody walking around at 3 in the
guy
morning.
is-
But in a
Shut
bad
your-
neighborhood.
Dude, they be killing each other in nice neighborhoods all the time.
Yeah,
What are you
very
talking
quietly,
about, dude?
too. They just be
Yeah.
stabbing each other in the
Listen,
household.
neighborhoods is
Listen,
some
I
weird
got driven
shit.
by a ghost and I heard a hey, not enough proof.
What I know is that I became open because I had an experience, and I believe in.
Oh, you got a hell of an
supernatural.
experience. I'll tell you that. It's a hell of an experience.
No, you know what?
Some
I
pay
remember
for
my
that
cousin.
experience.
My cousin told me one time, like she's never had an experience, any like ghost experience before, but she was saying that she was laying in her bed, and she
Why?
could
You
feel.
all laying in these haunted beds.
What do you mean haunted beds? That's
cousin
when
was
they
laying
come.
in his
That's
bed.
when they come to you, like to see.
Oh,
if,
they
like,
come, all right.
Yeah.
That's when they come to you and go like, "Are you willing to listen to me in a vulnerable space?"
Uh-huh.
And so my cousin was just kind of like, I'm not prepared for this. So whoever you are, just leave. So she saw the dent of the bed go down and then just lift up.
I'll tell you what,
And,
listen.
And also
Hold
they
on.
try to say like sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is not the same thing
Right.
either.
By the way, I get that a lot.
What?
Sleep paralysis?
Yo.
Don't see that's that
Wait.
shit. Don't fuck with my head.
Wait, you
Don't
can't
fuck
move?
with my
I
head.
hate-
I'm
I
very,
can't
move
I'm
like
very
that?
weak up here.
I can't.
I'm strong out here, but I'm weak up here.
Listen,
homie.
I hate
Listen.
sleep
You know what I mean?
paralysis. I hate sleep
Listen,
paralysis.
I didn't believe, but wait, you get sleep paralysis all the time?
All
now?
the time.
Oh, man. I heard that's when the ghosts are holding you down, dude.
Yeah, everybody
Nah,
holding me
no,
down,
it's
but
not
I guess
that.
what?
It's not that.
I come back, I break out of it, but I look
No.
crazy breaking it.
Sleep paralysis has
Do you
nothing
see
to do with
do you
that.
see the sleep paralysis demon? Have you heard about that?
Shut your.
You want to do a Ouija board?
No, that's stupid. I don't
It's
wanna
made
do
by
that.
Hasbro. They make toys, dude. They make toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Mattel makes Ouija boards. So you think there's haunted Barbies?
No.
You think there's haunted Scrabble?
I'm too hungry for this.
I've seen Chucky. That shit.
Skepable.
Skeptical. Yeah.
That's a
She's just skeptical.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
You better than this.
Okay, obviously this man has never had a weird supernatural
No,
thing.
I've never
You're
been
so
held down
boring
or
to
flipped
talk
over
to.
by a ghost in my bed. I'm
I
sorry.
did not-
Listen, I think maybe it's your mattresses. Look, they're not a sponsor, but Tough to Needle Mattress, guys.
First of all, that wasn't
use
even my
promo code
mattress. That
Erik,
wasn't even my mattress.
for 20% off.
Let me tell you something right now.
Get on my
The way
nerves.
you're talking, the way you're using.
Right.
I don't believe in a lot of spiritual, like, of putting bad energy on people, but I'm giving you mad ojo right now, dog. Like you're getting all my ojo right
Yo,
now.
for real.
If that exists,
I almost want some supernatural shit to happen to him as soon as he goes home, bro.
Yeah, when I see
I'll be hears voices,
I'm giving
bro.
you straight. Hold up, let's have a moment of ojo, just
Is that what we-
motherfucker.
Coño.
And then some of this.
So wait, growing up, y'all believed in El Mal Ojo, the boogeyman,
Absolutely.
La Llorona,
I mean,
all that stuff?
Yeah, you ever go off stage and you just feel like, fuck, you just feel like you just got beat up?
Nah,
you
all
just
my
pulled
sets are
every-
good. I kill it
well,
up there.
I mean-
I don't bomb, Jesus.
That's the thing. Well, when I see some of your sets, you know what I'm saying? You got mad ojo right there. He walks out like sweating. Damn, how was that? I was like, I don't know, but they gave you mad ojo, homie. Go home and shower. Give yourself a limpia.
If spirituality wasn't a real thing, then why they keep selling those candles?
I understand what you're saying. If it didn't
If
exist,
it don't work, it won't.
Okay.
Listen, it's as simple as this.
okay.
If it don't work, it won't sell.
Okay.
Boom. All right,
Boom.
that's
Real
the-
quick,
Damn.
real quick then.
All right.
Real
then,
quick
let's-
then.
Let's sage this room. You
Do
know
you
what?
believe in
No,
Scientology?
brujeria shit. What the fuck is that? Is that a blunt?
Now, you know what? I got
Is that
a
a Dominican
sage.
blunt?
That's a Snoop Dogg blunt right there.
Snoop Dogg blunt. God damn.
No, this is sage.
The
You can
fact
buy
that
this
you know how to do
anywhere.
this shit. If you wore your
Yo,
crystal today
Sasha
just to have
is a
energy,
witch. It's happening.
Who's saging?
He
Don't you
needs
bring that-
to be sage. He needs to cleanse his whole entire energy.
Listen, I'm organic. This smoke, I can't in my
This
lungs.
is organic. This
I
is
can't
organic
have-
smoke.
I can't have smoke in
Sage
my
is
lungs.
organic. There you go.
I
Boom.
run, guys.
put
I
that
can't.
over there.
Yeah.
You
Ooh.
too.
Yeah, my girl gonna think I'm fucking some bitch or something. Like, why you smell like sex? Who you fucking?
Did you have
Some
sex
hippie?
in a burning building?
Yeah.
You went to Venice Beach and fucked a hippie? Like, no. I almost fucked a witch.
So, there we go.
I think we
That
gotta
smell
go
like
commercial
weed.
soon, but
It doesn't.
Gene was saying there's something up with the cameras. I don't know.
Oh, shit. What happened? What
Yo,
happened?
y'all corny. Y'all straight
You ever see
corny.
that kid that don't want to believe in something? They can just get all angry out of
Gene,
nowhere.
see if
Y'all
you can-
corny. Y'all so
Are we-
stupid.
what
Hey, you
happened?
watch
If you
a
can
scary movie with me?
screenshot.
I'm gonna be just making
Oh, we got
fun
a
of the movie.
screenshot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, we got a
What's the
screenshot.
screenshot? Okay, hilarious.
Wait,
Hilarious.
that's my close up too.
Yo, who? Yo,
Shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something right now.
yo, Jesus, you don't feel something?
Y'all corny. All right? And let me say something else. You, my guy, you corny too. Get your ass out of here. Go
Oh,
do
yeah, it's up
something.
with the ghost now.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, ghost. Go do something.
Anyway, we'll take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we got a real special guest coming in. Hold on, I sense supernatural coming in.
You play too much.
Yeah, for real. You don't even sense shit. So-
Because I'm not here to make anyone a believer, but I just want people to understand there's something more out there than just the physical realm.
1000%. I believe in that because when I get drunk, I
Oh,
can get.
Yeah.
Dead? Who do you think in your family would pop up? Because we want to have it on camera. That way, if he's right, we know that we've.
Okay, so all right, hold on. Listen, so my
We're not
mom
telling
dead.
you.
Yo, I'm talking right now. I'm talking right
Hey,
now.
Sasha, you're always talking.
No, I'm not.
You're always talking.
You're always talking. All right, listen. Okay, so these are all the people that are dead that I know of, right? My mama dead, my grandmother dead, my grandfather dead, my three uncles are dead.
Yo.
Honestly, I don't know. It might be my grandma, it might be my mom. I don't know. Wait.
Who's passing your life?
I'm not saying it out loud now, because your face will give it away.
That's how I know.
I have a grandma that I've never met who's passed. A grandma that has passed that I met her very well and I miss her. And my grandpa as well that I really miss. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
It's all right, yo. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. I hope that one of Erik's ancestors comes and talks to this guy because he got issues for real.
All right, we are back with a very special guest, AJ Barrera, psychic medium. How's it going, brother?
Yes,
Good,
sir.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you
Yeah,
guys.
thanks for being here, man. I'm really nervous. Thanks for being here.
We've never seen Jesus this nervous, dude.
I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous because it's one of those things. I'm those people that are like, I'm hokey poking this thing.
Oh, yeah.
I got 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
And that's a medium. 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Oh, no. Hey, don't start Because I am feeling something right now. There's somebody right now telling me that.
We're finding out Jesus is a medium right now.
I know, right?
Oh, I am a medium, dude.
When did you find out you had like natural abilities, supernatural abilities?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I think it's more of that, an ability. You know, a lot of people like to call it a gift. I don't think it's a gift. It's more so something that we can develop because we're all intuitive. We all can tap into intuition. We all have that gut feeling. We all have that premonition, those things that come to us, and we kind of analyze it like, is it real? Is it not? So I'm sure many of you guys have had these experiences where you're like, okay, I shouldn't have taken the left turn, or I shouldn't have taken that job opportunity, and so on and so forth. That's your intuition speaking, because that's those things that we need to pay attention to. Some people will say it's a message, it's a word, or so on and so forth. But for me, I always believe that ability has always been there. Because I've been fascinated with the paranormal. I've been fascinated with certain psychics on television shows like Sally Jesse Raphael, Jenny Jones. They had psychics on there, and I thought, what a crock of BS. There's no way people can do that. And so I kind of went on my own journey recognizing that the ability was just something natural. It was already there. Yeah.
But how old were you when you were like, oh, I got this, I can do this?
The psychic work, I was working with psychic tarot cards, the writer's deck, from 6th grade through 8th grade. So I was reading my peers during junior high school and telling them what I saw, what I felt, and so on and so forth. So I thought, hey, maybe I'm just a good guesser. Maybe I'm just guessing all this information. Yeah. My high school teacher, who was my art and science teacher, she's the one that discovered my ability. She was a medium as well, and she said, you have the ability to communicate with the other side. Mind blown. I'm like, what? I go, I just knew I was able to sense energy because I used to see auras and colors around people when I was much younger. So you got to think like, for me, I thought that was normal. So it was really probably when I was in high school when I really honed into my, ability, into my mediumship.
That's very interesting that you said that, right? Because at the first you said that everyone has that ability, but then you've already said like, oh, I saw auras around people. Yeah. And not many people can do that. Like not many people can see somebody's aura. Like, for example, Erik. He cannot see people's aura. He just likes to. He just likes to look at people and roast them.
I don't know why you hate AJ with TED Talk hands first,
he doesn't even follow his
intuition.
intuition. You know what I mean?
I can't see colors, but I can sense when someone's full of shit.
Yeah.
I can be like, oh, this bitch ain't shit.
That's intuition. That's intuition.
Do you find it difficult to be around people because there's so many energies and auras, and how do you handle that?
Yes and no. I think when I was much younger, I was always sensing energy, picking up energy. So I was kind of like, in a very funny way, it's like I was like Motel 6. I always left the light on, so spirit was always around. So they were always like popping up and so on and so forth. So once I learned how to ground, to meditate, protect myself, so on and so forth, that's through prayer and meditation. I learned how to control the ability. Because I was literally like walking into a grocery store and picking up information around people and delivering it. And I really realized that when I got older, it wasn't really ethical. It wasn't really correct to do that. And, and plus, you don't know where a person's at in their life. You don't know if they're ready to receive a message. You don't know where they're at in their grieving process and so on and so forth. So
so there's a way you can shut it off. Like, you don't want to be on vacation all of a sudden, like, AJ, like, come on, man.
Yeah, I'm on vacation
sunbathing right now. I'm on the beach. God, I just ordered my drink. I can't right now.
Well, there was some, it's so interesting because the moments that I think I'm turned off, like with the work, like even when I work from my home, so I do all my readings are done virtually. All I need is a person's voice and so on. So you guys freaked out.
They're about to start changing their voices.
They connected elbows and I freaked them out.
He was about to put an accent on. Hey, what's up?
Sorry about that.
No, bro.
I'm so sorry about that.
You got too relaxed.
Jesus Christ, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like a girl at an all-guy kickback. Right. I feel like, what's going on? I just want to go home.
Yeah, so, thinking, doing this work, I came across this work as a skeptic. Like, I wasn't a big believer in this work at all whatsoever. My background was to be in law enforcement. My background was to be a firefighter. So going to JC College. And so I was trying to understand where my life was going. So it wasn't until like years later that I recognized by bringing through evidence is the main thing, because anyone can say, hey, you had a person that passed away with their pain in the chest. That could be anyone in your freaking family. But if you bring specifics and validation, like saying, hey, I got this father figure that passed away with the triple bypass, his name is XYZ, that's evidence. So when you can provide that information, it makes people kind of like think a little bit. Because I'm not here to make anyone a believer, but I just want people to understand there's something more out there than just the physical realm.
1,000%. I believe in that, because when I get drunk, I
can
guess people's signs. I can guess people's signs, man. No.
You get
It
psychic?
only happened twice.
Let me
correct twice.
You about to get laid.
Hey,
She's gonna become psychic. Say, I believe I'm gonna eat 3 hamburgers today. I'm gonna get a full fucking burrito.
I believe we're gonna end up at Carl's Jr. tonight. When you tell people like, oh, I'm a psychic, like, was your family accepting right away, or were they like, don't do that. Like, cause look, my family, a lot of them super religious. They'd be like, don't play with that stuff, don't touch that stuff, don't go there.
Right.
So, did you get any kickback from your family, or was it everyone?
Yeah, I mean, I was raised Catholic, devout Catholic, catechism, the whole 9 yards. I was involved in youth ministries, you name it. So going into this work was really like taboo, the devil's work, and so on and so forth. So my parents weren't really big believers into it. They were afraid to tell people that their son talked to the dead, So my mom would say, oh, my son's a consultant. He's a consultant.
Yeah,
He's a
well,
consultant.
technically-
Safer word, yeah.
But technically, kind of, yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
But then you get the nosy people too,
Yeah.
like consultant for
Consult,
what?
yeah.
For what?
Yeah,
So
for life.
yeah,
Oh,
but
that's so funny.
I've been blessed. I've been blessed because I get to talk to people literally from all around the world. So I'm blessed to do that.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Is there anyone that you meet that you cannot read?
No, I think it's a person who's not willing to accept the information. The information is third-party information where they're not familiar with it.
Okay, first of all, I don't need the glares from
No,
y'all.
right,
Yeah,
no,
because
but you
this guy over
There's a party
here.
pooper over here.
Yeah.
I would like to know one thing.
Oh boy.
Please watch your mouth. I'm gonna get up right now. I'm gonna choke you to death. You're gonna start talking through him after this fucking podcast. I'll tell you that right now. You're this close to be talking through him. All right? I'm sorry, my bad. I'm sorry. You see, you get my demon energy like all the way up, dude. Come on, man.
boy.
Are spirits like trying to, or ancestors or whatever, are they giving us signs every day? That's something that I want to know. Because I'd be driving, I'd be doing things, and I'm like, I feel like
Those are called billboards.
Okay,
Those are called
yeah, yeah,
billboards.
You see what I mean? You see
You on thin ice, buddy. You on thin ice. You're gonna be on the billboard soon. Goddamn it! When I'm trying to, there's little things that like I'll catch, and I'm just like I was just thinking about him, and now this popped up. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Or I was just like he or whoever came in my mind, and I was just like, yo, I'll think about her. Like
Yeah.
this pops up. That's crazy. Like
Who's her?
Yeah, it sounds like Jesus.
Who?
is-
I was just thinking about her. Who?
no, they don't his or her.
babe.
Who?
I thought about it because the spirit world told me to think about her.
Thinking about
That's why I was looking at Instagram.
Sometimes you have people that you know what I mean? And you just, no, but I'm saying like, you know, and you just feel like you get little signs. You're like, are they trying to, I don't know.
Well,
sometimes where I just like wonder like, that's what a coincidence. What a coincidence.
I mean, you can look at it that way, or you can look at moments where they're so bizarre because, again, sometimes a lot of us are looking for the big sign, like that sign, on a billboard or a sign like somewhere, and that sign is going to be something very subtle. And the subtleties is what we need to look at. It's not the big billboard in the sky. It's the subtleties of like, smelling, say, a perfume that's one of your loved ones wore, and you smell it out of the blue, or you smell cigars, and the windows are up, and no one's smoking around you, and you think of a person in spirit that used to love, a Cuban cigar or cigarettes, or even the fun stuff. So it just depends how spirit wants to present themselves.
Yeah.
But in those moments that you have that sign, it's again about recognizing that person. So whoever comes to mind in that very moment, it's going to be that loved one in spirit that's thinking about you at the same time. So it's not like this big message like they have to tell you something like, oh, there's money underneath the floorboards. It's going to be a sense of like, hey, this is my way of saying hello from heaven.
Yeah.
So you got a website. You got people hit you up. They do readings and stuff. Does your family ever hit you up with that? Like, hey, can I get that discount reading?
I don't read for family.
Oh,
I don't read for family.
okay.
And
Because
you could if you wanted to.
I could, but I don't want to know their drama and their boast and their BS.
Like your own family?
Yeah, I don't read family. I don't read for personal people because of the drama. I know more stuff about people than what they think, and it's not because I choose to. It's because of what I
How
tap
do you
into.
maintain? How do you like?
Well, it's kind of like what you mentioned earlier. Like sometimes you sense energy. So think about that. You walk in this room, and for some reason you feel pulled to the left and to the right, but for some reason the table to the left, you're like, I don't get good vibes. You're picking up energy.
Can we get a close up on Jesus? He got nervous. He was like, I know more about people than they know. He was like,
you do?
what you know?
What you know? Yeah, what do you know?
Dude, what you know?
That's a lot
What
of
do you know about
pressure.
Erik?
But no, but that's a lot of pressure to have.
It's
like,
a lot.
if you like, hanging out with your aunt, and you're just like, yo, your mom knows you cheated on your husband. She knows that shit. She died knowing that shit. That's a lot of energy. That's a lot of information to
Oh my
have.
God.
What?
That is,
Can keep
I
it
know.
real?
That's so stressful. I was just thinking about
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Well, you know what? We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna have AJ do some readings with us.
I hope not, but okay.
And you have your mom's ring too?
Yeah, that's my
she said-
mom's ring.
Oh, yeah, she just said you have a ring.
This is my mom's ring.
She has my
This
ring.
is crazy.
Yo, we are back with psychic medium AJ Barrera. Apologies. During the break,
What?
he just hit Jesus with the, yo, we got to talk after this, but privately. And Jesus is so comfortable right now.
friends, like they don't answer my phone calls because they're afraid I'm always gonna tell them something bad.
Yeah.
So they wait for like
dude,
a
I would
text.
be dude, I'm
They
telling
wait
you
for a
right now.
text message or a voicemail, and then they see AJ calling out somewhere. They're like, "Oh God, he has something bad to tell
AJ,
me."
if you would have texted me like, yo, can you come real quick? I gotta tell you something. I would be like, hell no.
No, I do want
Don't you
to.
fall
I do
in
want to
the
ask you
water.
something.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
No, seriously. Yeah.
No, please don't. Please don't. I can't accept that. I can't accept that. I can't accept any of that. No.
Yo, he
I'm gonna run. After the show, I'm gonna run out.
Yo, he just wants
I don't want to
Sasha
hear
real
this. AJ, don't play with me.
No,
don't play with me.
Oh, I'm glad it wasn't me.
AJ, don't do it. Now I'm about the whole episode to be like, oh, damn. Just fuck me up. So what is he gonna tell me? I feel like I just got suspended. I'm just waiting to get home.
So we're gonna do some readings with AJ. If you feel like
if
it.
you feel like if there is something.
yeah.
If you
Apparently
feel
not
something.
Jesus. 'Cause, if you feel something, if you don't, I don't.
If you don't even, you know what I mean?
There's a couple ways to go around about this. I mean, we can do intuitively, psychically, mediumship-wise. Mediumship is connecting with those who have passed on. Psychic information is going to be about what's coming through about a person's life and so on and so forth. So what I don't know if you guys are all receptive to hearing, but I always give what I get regardless if it's like someone wants the reading or not. You know what I mean? And I think it's about listening to what's coming through, not really listening to me as a medium, but the message, because that's what the work is about, is the message.
Yeah,
not
real
me.
quick, because I'm thinking about what you're saying. Like, you got to be open to have you ever given someone a reading and they want to fight you for giving them that information? Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah, because it's
Yo.
personal. One, it's personal. Two, it's like, well, I don't want to hear that. And then three is like, I'm not ready to process that yet.
Right.
Those emotions.
Have you ever?
You go
No, no, no. Has anybody gone up to you and be
I
like,
don't like any of this.
but I have a question. No, seriously. Like, has anyone come up to you about like career choices and all that stuff? And they'd be like, yo, this is what I want to do. And you'd be like,
Not gonna happen.
nah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm very honest. I'm very blunt with
Nah,
it.
that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So
There's-
quit that dream right now.
Yeah. There, I don't say
He's
quit
about
the
to tell us
dream.
all to quit right now.
I know it just sounds like it's like, listen,
Oh, my God.
he just filtering out, and this podcast ain't gonna
is
survive.
Go ahead. It's going
This podcast not gonna make
I'm
it.
just came to tell
this is the
y'all
last
this is the
episode,
last
actually. That's how I'm out.
episode.
So I'll tell you something funny that happened. This is like live on radio. So I'm reading for this radio host at the time and talking about like readings. And I said, hey, congratulations on your new job. Literally came out of my mouth. She goes like, and she looked at me. She goes like, we're on air. And she did not tell her boss that she got a new job in another station. But I picked it up and she was just like, how did you know that? And I go like, so stuff like that comes through organically, energetically, because it's what you're vibrating for you. Like, I don't know. So like, no, sorry, we're going there. We're gonna go there.
Oh.
Like for you.
Congratulations on the baby, Sasha.
Shut up. Stop, yo, he's talking.
No, honestly, like I don't. Do you know your mom's side of the family, like the maternal side? Your mom's side of the family?
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's a lady with you on mom's side of the family that comes through like very dominantly. It's interesting because my perspective, the way that she shows it to me, is kind of like the lineage, like the legacy, what you have done to honor her. Because she's telling me to tell you it's important to keep her soul and spirit alive, and she wants to honor you for like being here, like for doing this. So I don't know what your.
I can't.
Okay.
Man, we need tissues.
Okay.
That shit hit real. That shit just got real.
Yeah. I feel it, and I have chills, and chills are always like confirmation of gratitude and love.
Yes.
But I want her to be okay,
Yeah.
to receive the message.
You got to be open to it. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to happen.
And again, regardless
You
if
just
you-
shook everybody. Everybody's like, "What happened?" You never
Yeah.
like make a cousin cry at a party.
Yeah.
And all the girls get up and go
Yeah.
talk to the cousin. That's what happened.
I could tell.
Okay.
I could tell the vibe has shifted because Jesus has never crossed his legs. He's in a defensive position. He's
Because
trying to-
here's the thing.
Yo, you can't read me if I block you.
Let me tell you something.
What's up, AJ? What's up?
Yeah.
are you okay with me?
Yeah, I'm okay. It was just.
You were expecting that.
It was just like very whoa, you know.
Well, you know, I still have the feeling, like
Yeah,
just the
yeah. Go ahead.
goosebumps.
I'm not gonna walk away this
Bro,
time.
I don't think you should be drinking a Red Bull.
No, no.
That's not the drink right now.
I'm just all right.
So it's interesting with her because her perspective to me, like energetically, is just showing like again her physical life, the way that she lived. What's interesting though is that they're showing me my interpretation or my symbolism about you going like not back home, but back to your roots is my symbolism. And I need to talk about either what you are planning to do or what you just done. And I feel like it's her way of like putting you on this pedestal, saying like, thank you for doing that. So if I can ask you just for validation, you don't have to go into specific, but is there, did you somehow like do some sort of like going back to your hometown, or are you serious? Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to say thank you for doing that. She wants to say that her soul and spirit was with you during that time. I know the guys are making fun of you, like, oh, you have this ability. You do have ability. You have this innate ability, and I think you need to recognize it. And I think it scares, excuse the language, but it scares the shit out of you sometimes.
It scares the fuck out of
Yeah.
me. Yo, ew,
Yeah.
ew, cut this out. It scares the fuck out of me,
Yeah.
dog.
No.
Thank God you're not an ugly crier. Thank God.
I had to.
You got novela
I
cry.
had to
That Kim
accept. I had
Kardashian
to
cry.
accept.
Right?
No, I had to accept. I had to accept. But
That's
yo, I
accept
just everything that I do, I feel like my mom I'm her second chance at life, because she had breast cancer. When she found out she was pregnant, they were like, yo, you have to get an abortion, and so that you could go into chemo, so that way just get an abortion, go through chemo, and then you have a fighting chance at beating this. And she said no. Like, she was like, nah, I'm gonna have this child.
Yep.
And I remember my aunt told me one time that she was like, yo, your mom feel like you were her second chance at life, and maybe that's why I'm so ambitious, or maybe that's why I go as far as I do.
Yeah.
But
I know that intuitively, just as a person, just picking up that energy with you. I don't have to be psychic about that. That's just your energy that you vibe.
Yeah.
Because you're always this person that's, like, energetically, the way I'm going to say it, it's like you're always trying to pursue something bigger. And even though you have gotten to the next step, it's kind of like, okay, what can I do next? So I feel like that you need to also take a moment to breathe and recognize your true journey and your true authentic self, because I think sometimes you get lost up here and you need to be pulled down to be grounded again, which is nothing bad, nothing negative. But I feel like that you have a team of spirit people with you. I feel like, honestly, there's actually like 3 different ladies on your mom's side that I feel like that are very dominant, that come through, that I just want to recognize. It's kind of like a team of people that are working with you.
It could be my grandma, my godmother, and my mother.
I would say, like, yeah, because I feel like there's a
3 of them.
reference here that we need to validate, because there's 3 of them that just come through together, like, in my perspective. And it's interesting because when they show, one of them actually shows me something very interesting. And I might misinterpret something because I'm not a doctor, not a physician, but it's one of the, because you already validate your mom, not me, just for the skeptics or so on and so forth. But was there something like pancreatic or something we need
My
to bring
grandma.
up? Okay. So I just feel
Holy
like, yeah. So just know
She
that.
died from pancreatic cancer.
Yeah. So
or colon
just,
cancer or something like that.
yeah, something lower in the body. I know that for sure.
My grandma.
I just feel like it's her way making sure that you know it's her way stepping in here and saying, again, that she's part of the family. What's interesting, because you said your mom, but your mom doesn't come through as like the mom energy. The way I'm seeing her is like a sister figure. So you know what I mean? So that's the perspective that I'm getting from her. Now I'm going to probably, I don't want to say I'm going to freak you out, but it might freak you out the way this is going to come through. But
Somebody hold my hand. Yo, I need somebody to hold my hand.
Don't touch me.
Hold my hand. Oh my God.
You possessed,
That's how I
girl.
know I got nobody over here. We gonna make it, us 3. Come on. Let's go.
so I don't want to sound like so foo-foo and cliche about this, but we all honor our loved ones in some unique ways. Would you have somehow created a box with photos around it?
What is wrong? Okay, yes. I have a lot of photos of like my family and all this stuff.
And you have your mom's ring too?
Yeah, that's my
she said-
mom's ring.
Oh, yeah, she just said you have a ring.
This
I
is
just
my
heard-
mom's ring.
Yeah, she just said it. Like, she has my ring, and she wants to say thank you for wearing it. So I just,
Damn, that's wild.
So I know it's her way making sure that you understand. Again, she's trying to communicate with you. You have multiple people that are here that are working with you, and I think it's about you just, again, recognizing your own true ability. There's something that I feel like that is relating to your mother specifically. What she's telling me to tell you is, don't feel like that she missed out on your life, because she wants to make sure that even though you're doing like what I would see as the accomplishments, she wants to identify that she has been there every step of the way. So remember that. And I get a little emotional even saying that, but just know that she's with you, okay? Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I made me get emotional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great.
By the way, this is how I know Jesus ain't shit. You didn't even like console her. Now you see
No,
like
I
hitting
say
into her.
sorry.
Sitting on the
Never
couch.
had anyone read me that like
Spot on.
spot on. Like, I've had people come to me and like, oh, you're gonna do fine. You're gonna do fine.
Your mom is obviously a very loud lady, as well your grandmother for sure.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Dominicans, of course they like.
Yeah.
I could have said that, AJ. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, it's just their way.
We all got family members, and her family came first. Hey, man, move out the way.
yeah, exactly.
Ponte pa atrás.
Yeah.
Look at it. Yeah.
Wow,
That's
this is. Thank you so much for this.
Wow.
Thank you. Wow.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, damn. This
This is the quietest you've been on this podcast. Eric, you trying not to give him too much voice. Once he said, all I need to hear is a person's voice, he's just been,
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got
every
nothing.
podcast, we can't shut him up. Now all of a sudden,
Yeah.
I don't play with spirits. I don't play that.
Like, what about Eric? Eric, like, what about you have family?
Okay, first of all, don't be, no, hey.
Or would you be open to find out?
I don't believe in nothing.
Keep
I
that
don't
shit
even
over
believe in
there.
rainbows.
Is there anybody coming for him too? Mommy, thank you so much. Grandma,
I
thank you so much.
don't like. I don't get anything that I can say.
For Eric?
Yeah, that I can say that I feel confident of saying like, hey, this is what I'm picking up here. But there is a separate male presence, paternal side, not maternal side, that we have to bring up here. That steps in. So I don't know. Is your dad still here?
My dad's still here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a father figure passed over for you or you? You, Eric?
AJ, don't come at me like this.
No, seriously. No, seriously. No, seriously.
Yeah, my father did. He passed away like 5 years ago. Talked about it on HBO.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't. Respectfully, I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't watch.
Okay, no,
yeah.
you good.
Do you mind if I'm honest with everything?
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
Okay. What he's bringing up here is more so your physical relationship, and he's actually bringing you closer than what you were before when it was physically. And I feel like it's what you have done, not to bring him closer, but how you kind of like removed him energetically. So it's like you're kind of like Fox Mulder. Like, I want to believe, I want to make that connection, but every time you get there, it's kind of like, crap. Like, and I get emotional about it because I feel like your dad has always been with you, not like every step of the way, but with you because he wants to talk about his physical journey. Because your dad's not coming through as like, I passed with a car accident, I passed like on a 1, 2, 3 passing. It feels very lengthy and deteriorating the way he brings it up here to identify with you. What? No, here's the thing.
AJ?
No, here's
I like you, AJ. I want to keep you on this couch.
Oh,
no.
No, you don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. Don't, shut up. Let him talk.
No. When we worry about like, oh, they're fighting over the will or the land or this and that, they can really care less about it because all they want for us here in the physical realm is to evolve, to heal, to move forward, to grieve. I feel like it feels, again, this is why I'm always cautious of doing this, even with a group of people, is I need to be respectful. And I don't know if you're open to everything, but I give it.
So he had Parkinson's 15 years.
Okay.
So it's one of those that you slowly watch somebody. I don't like, y'all need to calm down.
You know what's interesting?
Uh-huh.
There had been something similar to like ALS where it actually affected the bottom up, moving up rather than head down. So did your dad's Parkinson's start from like the feet up or lower in the body, then move up? I know it sounds weird, but
it started body, if we're gonna be honest. Like after the body slowly deteriorated, the mind went later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you something in a very personal way. Your dad remembers you the way that you were then, and I feel like it's important. Like his image of you is still the same. So if you feel like that your dad did not remember you or does not recognize your conversations before he left, he's making you feel like that he wants to like place his hand in your hand in a way of not saying goodbye, but in a way to recognize that he's still guiding you, because that's what I'm hearing is hello dad, and I feel like he wants to say hello son. So in those moments that you talk with him, that slight little moment, those 2 little words, it's his way of saying hello right back to you. So I want you to kind of like bridge that communication of like, just open up the door. It doesn't mean you have to believe it, but just open up the door. But I just feel like it's his way of saying thank you.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah.
Sasha, keep them chills over there.
Yeah,
Keep
dude,
them-
that's
Bro,
crazy.
And you have his slippers?
No.
Yeah. He's talking about his slippers or his shoes.
Oh, I don't know. They might be back at the house. I don't have them.
no, a lot of stuff that you've said, like, I've never told anyone that this is my mom's ring. And that's, like, on the nail. Like, I got this ring when I was 13. My brother gave it to me, and he was like, Mommy wanted you to have this. And so, like, I've never told anybody that.
Again, what I do is a belief. Either you believe in it or you don't. And that's all it is. And I respect everyone's belief and their decisions and so on and so forth. So I'm not here, again, to tell a person, like, you have to believe me.
Yeah.
Like, hold on to it, because sometimes things that don't make sense in a reading become some of the biggest validation.
I just got chills.
Yeah, man. Yeah, wow.
What do you think, Jesus? Are you still skeptical?
No, it was just something that you mentioned that I was kind of like. So you
just
said slippers, and that's what fucked me up because, like I have someone's slippers, and
that could be an indirect message for you.
And that's one thing that I took from that person, that I was like, oh, I'm gonna take these slippers.
And that.
So that's when you said slippers, and I was like, wait, no one knows about this. Not even my family know about the slippers.
Yeah, and that's your message that you're supposed to walk away with today, to know that they're with you.
Yeah, because that was their slippers.
Yeah.
And it's like every time I would see this person, they had the slippers, and I was always
You
like,
put them on?
I put them on, yeah. I put them on.
Oh my God, you're such a
It's
softie.
super cool.
A softie. It comes like that. Yeah, they would
Look
have
at
laughed
me
too.
consoling you. You couldn't even console me
No,
when I
hell
was
no.
crying. You're not a real friend.
Consoling you with the slippers, dude.
Right.
But it might not be them. It might not be them. It might just be like, oh, it might just been like his thing with stepping on.
But the person passed away, right?
Well, yeah, nah, he's still at the house.
That's the same.
He's still at the house. I jacked the slippers.
Specific.
Yeah.
They said
Don't say that, they might-
the person passed away, and somebody took somebody's slippers, and you wear them.
I didn't know you was. I didn't know you was emotional like that, Jesus.
I'm not. I'm just saying, maybe it could be.
My father wore slippers. I was like, athlete's foot. Leave those there. I didn't take them.
Yeah.
Damn it, Sasha.
This was your favorite episode, huh? Look, he got you. He got him. Yo, he's talking to his dad right now. He's like, Dad, thank you for showing
Shut
up.
up, Dad. I'm trying to do this episode. God. Look what AJ did. Now he don't stop talking. And we are back with my favorite segment, Pero Cada, Quien. That's where we answer listener mail, listen to comments, listen to DMs, text. Just send it in, and we got AJ here who's going to help us out.
Yes, sir.
Like I said before, we are not experts, so you can take our advice with a grain of salt because we may be helping. We may be messing things up worse. We don't know. So what do we got, Liam?
All right, so we told fans that you would be on, so we got a question
Oh,
kind
cool.
of cater to that. What's up, G's? I've been currently visiting a medium who's been helping me deal with the passing of my grandma. My family has stopped talking to me, or they don't really believe in the practice and believes that it's going against my grandma's wishes, but all of my experiences with the medium have been positive and offered closure. How can I get my family to understand?
What I can say from doing this work for 21 years is that our loved ones are not angry. They are not upset. They're not pissed off. They don't hold a grudge. There's no judgment in the afterlife as what we have here physically. And we have that judgment here physically. So when we worry about like, oh, they're fighting over the will or the land or this and that, they can really care less about it. I know it sounds so cliche to say, but it's the honest truth. Because all they want us for us here in the physical realm is to evolve, to heal, to move forward, to grieve. And we feel like that we're not serving their life or their soul or their spirit correctly because what's happening with the family. And honestly, that is a personal thing that they're going to have to fix on their own. I would say if they're big on prayer, pray, meditate, send it out to the universe, create some sort of positive energy, but it doesn't mean that you have to, fix it. The person needs to fix himself.
No,
And
when
so-
I pass, I'm coming back. I got grudges.
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah,
yo, you
no
still owe me the
grudges.
$100.
And for the person that wrote in, I'm actually happy that they had positive experiences with mediums and so on and so forth because there are a lot of fake people out there and a lot of scam artists and this and that are out there that are really just preying on people, and people would say the same thing with me. You're a charlatan. You're a charlatan. You're this. You're that. And I'm like, I'm okay with that because like I'm not here to make anyone a believer. I'm just here to do my job and to plant the seed. And I feel like that even today, if it's listeners, viewers, so on and so forth, or you sharing your experiences, you guys are now planting the seed and allowing that to grow. Yeah.
Jesus, you gotta say something this episode. God, dude. Gotta talk, dude.
Yo, it's the slippers that got him. It's the slippers that got him.
That got me.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's the unknown. It was interesting to see Eric.
See,
have
Eric,
a moment,
what?
Have a moment.
Yeah, he had a moment.
He talking all
and
that shit.
Yeah, and the reason why Eric had a moment is because he couldn't even say the segment right.
That's right.
Yeah, he
That's
forgot.
I was
He
excited
like,
to do my segment.
No,
I
he wasn't.
apologize.
He never.
First of all,
That's what he prides
I know
himself on. He
nothing.
goes,
We
look
know-
at me.
yeah.
I'm a professional.
Yeah, we know-
He smiles and he looks at us.
We know nothing about his life, and then we just
We just
figured
found
out
out
a lot.
something.
So yeah.
what are you talking about? You know nothing about my life.
You
I
never
know
told
nothing.
us that your dad died from
I
Parkinson's.
put it on a special.
That he died from Parkinson's.
I've never watched it. You don't even have TV.
I rarely watch
I didn't
TV.
know it took 15 years. You said it on the special too?
What? That it took 15 years?
Yeah.
No, because I couldn't think of a joke for that part.
Yeah.
It's called a comedy special, not a TED Talk, girl.
Shit.
Have you ever had an experience like anything? I wouldn't call it paranormal, but just an experience in general.
Oh,
I asked him that.
He's
multiple
got
times.
experiences, all right.
I think he blocks them. I think that he's just like, I don't want to know. I'm
No,
a
I believe.
realist.
No, I'm. You're 100% correct because I just feel like that you have the
I don't like what's
potential.
happening here with these
Yeah,
shit right here.
you know
don't
what?
like
I
this.
got a little bit of it. He
don't
told
like
me
that.
I got a little bit of it. So
Only when you're drinking. You ain't drinking.
Well, you know what? It's probably heightened because your vulnerability is lowered, and that's why you're a little bit more sensitive. when
I
it
be
comes to that.
telling people about themselves when I'm drunk, but that's different. And it's
Because
true,
you-
like
because you're sensitive to energy. That's
yeah,
why.
super sensitive.
And that's what I'm saying with you, Eric. Like in those moments that you're blocking it out, I think it's just again your dad's saying like just
Defense
talk to me,
mechanism.
just bridge that connection.
Say
Because
something.
Yeah.
I don't think that you are necessarily wanting to block out your dad or the memory or that stuff, but I think it's just more so again bridging that communication, and which is why I'm just saying just talk.
AJ,
I know it
you
sounds
trying to
weird.
break me down before this episode is done?
No,
AJ?
no,
God.
Yeah.
We was about to do the outro.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a great episode. And he's like, hold on,
Whatever,
I'm gonna make this dude
non-believer.
cry.
No,
He
Real quick.
said some other shit.
no.
But yeah, This was a great episode.
It's a
lot
needed
of things-
episode.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was a
for
much
sure.
needed episode. Man, I mean, you said things that were unbelievably accurate. Like, I've never told anyone this was my mom's ring, and I've never told anyone that this ring was given to me by my brother. Like, no one. So for her to yell that in your ear, girl.
Girl.
Oh, she's Dominican. They always yelling.
Yeah. First of all, don't be talking. My grandma's here. My mom's here.
Yeah,
like,
no
show a little bit more respect.
Liam, lower that mic. She's
Okay.
loud. She's loud.
Well, thank you so much, AJ.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank
AJ.
you.
Thank
How,
you.
how can
Everybody.
people find you?
Yeah.
Social website. Let us know.
Just ajbarrera.com. You can find all my upcoming events, online, in person, readings, all that good stuff.
And people can do readings online with you.
I do all my readings
right.
virtually. So yeah.
And again, if you enjoyed the episode, hit that like button, share, subscribe, do all the things. Come on, be a friend, tell a
Wow.
friend.
All right, one more time, everybody. AJ.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, man. Thank you for
Thank you for having me.
Bing, 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 bing.